words about myself. I'm Natalie. I live in Poland. I've lived here my whole life. Although I don't fully identify as a Polish person, I think of myself more as a citizen of the world, a cosmopolitan, whatever you want to call it. I know it sounds a little bit cliche, but for me, it's important that I think of myself as so much more than just a country I was born in. While I do love a lot of Polish food, and I think Polish people have a specific nature, and sometimes that specific nature is quite amazing, other times it's quite not so amazing. At the same time, I think that for me, the ultimate goal for my life is to be able to say at some point in the distant future that I've seen so much of the world that by this point I just want to stay home here in Poland and I don't need to see any more. Whether that will really happen or whether I'll always have a thirst to see more, it's hard to say. However, I also think that you don't always have to leave home to see more. There's a lot of beautiful things here in Poland to see. Plus, you can also learn so much from the comfort of your home just reading books or even watching documentaries on YouTube and even attending university that in reality, you don't always have to fly somewhere exotic to learn something new and understand that life is so much more than just your everyday life. Now, I suppose that as a person, I am quite passionate. You could say that I tend to grab onto new things, even maybe latch onto them, not like a tapeworm inside of your intestines. And when I do that, I kind of end up becoming obsessed with those new topics. So there are quite a few that I've become obsessed with in recent years. Just to give you a brief idea, some of them are things like economics, others are things like culture, then there's cuisine. I just love cooking, I love cycling, many other kinds of sport too, although I would say that cycling is the one I probably put the most thought into. Then I also really, really enjoy trying to help people in various ways. I recently also become much more interested in and also educated in sexuality, whether it's the idea of understanding a female's perspective on sexuality or the male's perspective on sexuality, whether it's understanding the need to globally educate about contraception. Unfortunately, my country is ranked as the lowest, I believe, in the not just the European Union, sorry, in Europe, I believe. When it comes to contraceptive education. So unfortunately, there's a lot of work to do over here, and that's why it's become one of my latest passions. However, I also am a fan of music. When it comes to classical music, please think of me as the biggest of amateurs and novices. However, I love learning about it, and when I had the chance to learn about music in Vienna, it was music to my soul, not just my ears. Yes, and well, I suppose that the best way to meet a person is probably by speaking with them, but I feel like this video probably gives you a good idea of me, especially all the facial expressions. I do that many, really. People on Skype have started suggesting I should just print out these faces, like the happy face, like you did a good job, and then the sad face, like you really messed up that example. And they suggested I should just print it out and, then they could take it on their exams and have the happy face on the right shoulder and the sad face on the left shoulder. So patent pending on that idea. Please do not steal it.